Because I'm a huge Liverpool fan. When Liverpool win, we all win, don't we?
Yeah, yes. But if we lose, everybody loses. Huh?
Everybody loses. We're all unhappy. But that doesn't happen with Micah, with Big Meeks, because he doesn't support one team. Oh. He supports Manchester City and Arsenal. Yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, he hasn't got a real team. But in the studio,
coming from somebody who grew up an Everton fan.
I told him before the game, scored 26 goals in La Liga. 24 goal contributions from Kylian Mbappé and Vinicius. So if you want to have any chance of winning this game, we need to control those two, and I think we did this outstanding. And talking about an individual performance, Conor Bradley was outstanding today, I think, against Vinicius.
Welcome back to SoccerHub. Last night at Anfield, Liverpool stunned Real Madrid with a 1-0 victory in the UEFA Champions League group stage. A single header from Alexis Mac Allister in the 61st minute sealed the win. But beyond the scoreline, this was a story of tactics, discipline, and redemption.
Liverpool haven't just beaten Real Madrid, they've absolutely dominated them in beating them 1-0 here. And the statistics completely back that up, because you look at them, 17 shots to 8 in Liverpool's favour, 9 shots on target for Liverpool and just the 2 for Real Madrid. And the expected goals really underline what a kind of shellacking this was. A phenomenal performance, a classy, gritty, brilliant performance, world class.
From the first whistle, Anfield roared like a thunderstorm. Liverpool pressed high, forced Real into mistakes, and dictated the rhythm. Mohamed Salah tested Courtois early, Darwin Núñez's runs stretched Madrid's defense, and Trent Alexander-Arnold's deliveries constantly threatened. But it was Alexis Mac Allister who broke the deadlock, timing his run perfectly to meet Luis Diaz's cross and head home in front of the Kop.
I think the supporters decide, what type of reception he gets. I think that the reason why the reception will be poor tonight, which I would expect, is because Trent, throughout those 20 years, I've said, has played the position of I'm a supporter on the pitch. So them supporters who are all in this stadium wouldn't leave on a free transfer and go play for Real Madrid. Now, OK, it's his career. He gets one career. He's a young man. He's been brilliantly successful at the club. But what he's said since he's got in the team, if that were to be true...
Real Madrid tried to respond through Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham, but Liverpool's back line, led by Van Dijk and Konate, stood like a wall. When the final whistle blew, Jurgen Klopp's men had earned not just 3 points, but respect. Former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher called it a defensive masterclass that reminded me of the 2019 Champions League run. He praised Klopp's shift to a compact 4-3-3, noting how Mac Allister's positioning as a hybrid 6 gave balance. Liverpool didn't just sit deep, they controlled Madrid's rhythm.
And Liverpool is the only team for him. He wants to be the captain, he wants to be a legend here. You don't leave when you've just won the league title and you've got the opportunity to go win more trophies with your club, and then you join a club who's beaten you twice in the Champions League final, and they're the club that you want to compete for to maybe win more Champions League finals. So I totally understand the reaction of the supporters, and a lot of it is because they feel like they've been hoodwinked a little bit by Trent, throughout the process of him being at the club, and also in the last year, where he hasn't done no media interviews, he's not got involved in anything, where there was talk around, obviously, him, Salah and Van Dijk. Salah and Van Dijk were coming out constantly in the press saying they wanted to stay.
Something very few teams manage. Carragher highlighted that Trent played almost as an inverted midfielder, closing down space Jude Bellingham loves to exploit. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, analyzing on CBS Sports, emphasized Liverpool's evolving identity. Klopp has rebuilt this side with precision. Mac Allister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch are the new midfield heartbeat. He added that Real Madrid, despite their quality, looked a step behind physically, and that's rare for a Carlo Ancelotti team. Romano also hinted this result might shift Liverpool's transfer priorities, with defensive depth likely to be reinforced in January. On TNT Sports, Rio Ferdinand described the performance as controlled aggression. Liverpool pressed smartly, not recklessly. They didn't allow Madrid to breathe in midfield. He singled out Virgil van Dijk for his leadership. Every time Bellingham or Vinicius tried to break lines, Virgil stepped in with perfect timing. That's elite defending. Ferdinand also credited Alisson's calm presence, calling him the silent MVP of the night. Spanish journalist Guillem Balaguer offered the Real Madrid angle. Ancelotti's men lacked their usual patience. Without Modric starting, the transitions were too rushed. He argued that Bellingham was forced too deep to help in build-up, reducing his goal threat. Balage concluded that Real Madrid are still adapting post-Cruz era, and Liverpool exploited that perfectly. So, what does this mean going forward? For Liverpool, it's a statement, a reminder that the Klopp revolution isn't fading. It's evolving. For Real Madrid, it's a wake-up call. Technical brilliance alone isn't enough when faced with Anfield's fire. The Champions League is far from over, but one thing's certain: the red wave is rising again.